Hey, what's up? Nice to see you and welcome back to another new player guide. In today's video, we're going to talk about alts and everything that you can do with your alts. Why would you have them and what's the value of having several different characters? Now, so far in my new player series, which is linked down below, we talked about boosting to endgame, how you can get there, events, choosing your class, what to do at endgame. And I have still a couple more things to teach you, such as how to spend your real money, right? I mean, you cannot be a proper Lost Ark player without knowing that. And obviously how to make gold and what are valuable items that you should keep an eye out for. However, in today's video, multiple different characters and why people play 150 of them. First of all, as many people in the world, as many different reasons to play an alt. Generally speaking, people play alts because different classes are a form of entertainment in Lost Ark, but at the same time, they also go hand in hand with getting more out of the game. Might that be loot and gold, or maybe just more playtime, more fun in content such as Legion raids, right? However, each to their own. This person, for example, plays a roster of 6 dead eyes. This one, we can all understand why he's playing Lost Ark, right? What you can do with your alts, quite a lot of things. Obviously, as you know, every character has daily quests, Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids. So from Chaos Dungeons, if you take a look at the loot table, every character participates in a lottery, in the loot lottery of Lost Ark, getting tickets for the boss rush content, which in turn gives you gems, tickets for the cube, which in turn gives you silver being a pot that all of your characters take from, and obviously not to mention accessories, the lottery of accessories, finding something good. 19 characters means 19 times the chances that I would get something as opposed to someone who just plays one character. From daily quests, alts don't really get you anything besides a faster progress towards your Una tokens, because the things that you get from the daily quests are untradeable. Speaking of daily quests, alts are important because of silver, right? If you really want to push your roster higher than needed and many characters higher, then people have several characters that are low pang slaves. That's how we call them. Basically a character that only does the low pang dailies, these ones here. So you have characters that don't have gear on them and they cannot really participate in any group content because nobody's gonna take you, and you just do your low pang dailies on a rested bonus and you just get silver twice a week from them. Another thing that alts give you is raw gold from instance content that rewards with raw gold. Legion raids, the Abyss raid Argos, and the Abyssal dungeons are the 3 places that give you gold at the end of the runs. Each character on your roster, up to 6 characters, can earn gold from 3 of these different places every week. So that's why most people that play Lost Ark seriously have at least 6 characters that are geared and ready to take part in this content to earn that gold. As an example, since I am talking to those of you who are new, let's say you have 2 characters on your roster and they are 1445 item level. Your gold earning places would be the Abyss raid Argos. You can still earn gold from here. It would be the Legion raid Valtan, preferably in hard mode, and the Legion raid Vicas in normal mode. If you would have 6 at item level 40-45, you can do 6 times this process and earn that much gold. And not to mention, of course, there's a lot of other interesting rewards. People also use their characters once you get your characters to a specific item level and to a specific one. Once you yourself as a player learn the game enough, people also use their characters to sell runs of various content. For example, I have my 6 gold earning characters, but I don't play them with my friends. I solo bus Valtan with them. I have 7 other people who pay me for that run, and I make even more gold like that every week. More characters than your 6 can actually enter these places that give you gold, only you cannot get gold from them. However, you can still carry other people with those characters and they pay for the run. It's called busing in Lost Ark. I also want to mention another thing that alts give you, and that is roster level. Now, the more characters you play, the more roster level you're gonna get, because each character can finish its own South Verne story. It's a lot of roster level here. At 1445, each of your characters on that server can finish its own Rowan story. A lot of roster level here. Not to mention regular content such as the tower, and it rewards you with roster level for each character that finishes it. So there's every quest that you do in the world, and every daily quest, and every boss rush run for a character that got lucky to get a ticket from the Chaos Dungeon gives you roster level. So the more characters you play actively, the more roster level and the faster you're going to increase your roster level if that's what you're looking for. In terms of getting your characters ready and getting your ALTS, there is no real need to rush through them. Like, you start playing Lost Ark and you create a main character, and then automatically you create 5 more. Even though there is a lot of value in playing your ALTS sooner, like for example, you start Lost Ark, you get to Punica, finish it, get a free power pass, I would boost another character right away. Simply because even at item level 1340, where you cannot do much anything besides the Guardian Raid, which you're probably gonna have to solo because there's no groups for it, and then the Chaos Dungeons and the daily quests, weeklies also, it's still valuable in the long-term run. ALTS in general are a very long-term investment. These characters, they don't just appear like that, honed up and ready with 5 engravings and great gems for you to, please sir, play me. You have to work for them. That is why you shouldn't stress about getting your ALTS right away as a new player. But every opportunity that you get to create another character and maybe to do a couple of Chaos Dungeons, even everything with rest bonus, from Chaos Dungeons to Guardians to dailies, I would definitely advise that the sooner you start playing them, the more you're gonna passively gain things that will help you eventually to hone them, things that will just make your life easier, or even things that you can send over through the roster warehouse to one of your other characters. Another thing that I want to talk about in terms of honing your ALTS is a couple of research from your stronghold that's going to aid you in the process of honing them. Once one of your characters goes naturally through the item levels and breaks a few barriers, you're going to have research unlocked at your lab in your stronghold, research that I have already completed. So I'm going to show you this in the completed section. For example, this one right here, tier 3 success rate increased, XP requirements reduced, and once a character breaks a few barriers of item level up until item level 1460, I believe, then all of your subsequent characters can have an easier time honing because you're going to have this research completed as well. Now, what's the best item level to have your ALTS on? You keep your ALTS at the bare minimum of item level to enter the most recent content that gives you the most recent goodies that people are looking for. That's the best place to have your ALTS. Of course, another criteria is to have them to farm the 3 gold sources every week, right? Right now, that item level is 1490 because that allows you entrance not only to Kaliligo's Guardian Raid, which drops you the new materials, but also drops you the bracelets. It also allows you entrance to the 1490 Chaos Dungeons, which gives you the new tickets of the cube and the boss rush, gives you the new materials. So it's a double value right there. And this logic is going to persist in the future. Now, starting with next week, as an example, the best place for your ALTS is going to be 1540. Simply because there is going to be a Guardian Raid Hanumatan 1540 that has a chance to drop you ancient grade accessories as opposed to relic. From your perspective as a new player, don't worry about it, buddy, okay? It's going to take you quite a while before you get your ALTS to 1540 or to 1490, so don't worry about that. If I would be brand new to the game, just starting, and I barely have my first character at 1445 with the help of a paid boost to Punica and then the Hyper Express, I would think that all of my other ALTS should be at a minimum level where there's some form of group content. That item level as of this moment is 1415 because there is plenty of groups for the Guardian Raid called Escaluda, and also this is the first time where you can actually drop really great accessories. Now, Relic is not going to be the end game in a week from now. However, they're still going to be nice, and people are still going to have to go through this stage of Relic, at least on some of their characters, because before they can even think about affording ancient grade things, right? Later on, I would like to upgrade my alts to 1445. Not only I can finally have a proper set of Relic gear on my alts, but I can also start farming Valtan hard mode, Vicas normal mode at 1430, even overgear it for it by a little bit, and get my alts into the 6 gold cycling characters on a weekly basis. And these would be my thoughts on alts and alternate characters in Lost Ark. I highly encourage you to take advantage of everything that's given for free, okay? Don't bother starting to level up, create your alts, pay real money so you can have... You know what? Forget about it. Pay some real money for your main, okay? Your alts should be leveled up, boosted with the free stuff that's given. We have power passes, events. Very often we have events that boost up characters, and that's how you should take advantage of leveling other characters. Until my next video, thank you so much for watching this one, and I'm gonna see you really soon. Have fun in Lost Ark, and take care.